Welcome to Wits Connect. This is Raju Madhi, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Warangal Institute of Technology and Science. Today I am going to explain about microprocessor based system. Before going to discuss about microprocessor based system, what is mean by system? A system is a way of working, organizing or doing one or many tasks according to set of rules, and that system is all the components grouped together and that is used to or work to system application specific work. Okay, system application specific work. And coming to the microprocessor, the microprocessor is a multi-purpose programmable clock driven register based electronic device. Register based electronic device. Here, based on the clock signal, the microprocessor will be works. Simply we can say the microprocessor definition: the microprocessor is an electronic device which is used to process the instructions. Okay, all these instructions are in assembly language or different types of high level languages that is comes under machine languages. Okay, and these instructions are, we have different types of instructions based on the data transmission. We have different types of instructions like 1 byte instruction, 2 byte instruction and 3 byte instructions. Okay, coming to this topic, microprocessor based system. In this microprocessor based system, we have different types of input output devices, memory devices, address and data bus and central processing units, interfacing. What is mean by interfacing? Interfacing is nothing but providing the path between the processor to IO devices, providing the path between processor to IO devices. Here, what are the IO devices we have? IO devices are like analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters and LCD, liquid crystal display, and we have different types of IO devices like stepper motor and keyboards. These all are IO devices. IO is nothing but input and output interfacing devices. Okay, by using this interfacing, here we are transmitting the data from the system application buses or system application devices to the processors as well as processor to output devices. Okay, and see, in this we have the main thing, that is microprocessor. The microprocessor having the memory, timers, counters and RAM memory, ROM memory, all are we have in this microprocessor, but timers, counters, all RAM memory, ROM memory, all are external for the microprocessor. And coming to microcontroller, we have memories, inbuilt timers, counters as well as memory. These all are inbuilt for the microcontroller and those all are external for the microprocessor. That is the main difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller. Okay, and coming to this one, microprocessor, here we are using this microprocessor and this is interfaced with the central processing unit, that is interfacing devices to IO devices. And to transmit the data, whenever we are giving the data to the microprocessor, that will takes only binary digits, that will takes only binary digits. So that's why here we have to use the one that is called as analog to digital converter. When we are giving the analog to analog input, that will be converted into digital. For example, here I am giving the 5 volts, then this will be converted into binary, that is 101. So this is the equivalent for this analog and this is binary. So here we are using the analog to digital converters. And we have this address bus. What is mean by bus? The bus is and bus is used to transmit the data transmit the data, and also is used to find out the address. Okay, so that's why here we have three different types of buses. Those all are address bus, data bus, as well as control bus. Okay, these are all the three different types of buses we have. The address bus is used to find out the address of the particular data. So, and coming to the data bus is used to transfer the data from the processor to IO devices. And the control bus is used to control these two types of buses, like address bus and data bus. So here we are interfacing with the address bus, data bus and control bus with the microprocessor to IO devices to transmit the data as well as address. Okay, and this is the interfacing, and here we have system application bus. System application bus is used to transmit the data. For example, when we are taking the system, and that system having the IO device, IO ports, input output ports, like USB, universal serial bus, and we can access the pen drives. The pen drive is used as a IO device, and this will be accessed by the IO port, that is USB port. Okay, and the data will be transmitted from the computer to, as well as pen drive to computer. So that is one of the best example for the transmission of IO devices, transmission of the data from the processor to IO devices as well as IO devices to processor. And we have memory. For example, when we are transmitting the data or when we are performing particular task, that data should be stored in particular memory location. That memory will be organized by in terms of hexadecimal. So the memory organization is in the form of hexadecimal, and that will be starts from 00 hexadecimal to 7F hexadecimal when we are taking the 128 bytes of RAM memory. 128 bytes of RAM memory, then that memory will be organized from the 00 hexadecimal to 7F hexadecimal, and we have enough memories like 1 megabyte and 1 gigabyte, and nowadays we are using 4 GB. Okay, so EPROM, coming to the EPROM, this is a electrically programmable read-only memory. What is mean by memory? Memory is a device which is used to store the data, either it is temporarily as well as permanently. So based on temporarily and permanently, here we have two types of memories. Those are, first one, that is a primary memory, and second one, that is a secondary memory. Primary memory and secondary memory. Coming to this primary memory, that is a magnetic memory. And coming to the secondary memory, this is the secondary memory is again, that is called as semiconductor memory. And this semiconductor memory is again classified into two types, that is random access memory and read-only memory. Coming to the random access memory, this RAM memory is called as program memory, as this ROM memory is called as data memory. Okay, and this ROM again classified into different types, that is PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. We have different types of ROM memories, that is programmable read-only memory and electrically programmable read-only memory and electrically erasable programmable read only memory. And again this RAM memory is classified into different types, that is NVRAM, flash RAM, flash ROM. NV stands for non-volatility memory. Okay, and these all are the memories we have. And the program memory, EEPROM, electrically programmed memory, is used to store the data, as well as random access memory is used to store the data. And this is the program memory. Whenever we are having the software like codings, the program total program memory programs will be stored in this random access memory. And we have IO devices interfacing. By using these IO devices we can access the input output, and these are the devices, input device and output device. Coming to the input device, we have different types of input devices like a keyboard and touch screen and a scanner. These all comes under input devices. Coming to the output devices, here the output devices are like a monitor and display and printers. These are the different types of output devices. So this is a microprocessor based system, and these are the input output devices and components and memories we have interfaced with microprocessor.